If you're following the channel, you've probably seen the video where I made a leg extension rack attachment for my power cage. This was before I modified the cage to be much narrower. I'll link both of those videos at the end, but the only drawback to modifying my cage was that I used to use this bar stool when doing leg extensions, as I was too lazy to make a better seat. Now I'm forced to come up with a new solution as the stool no longer fits. I have this seat I could incorporate also, which came from the seated calf raise machine that I took apart. The only new hardware I needed for this build is threaded rod, some washers, and nuts. These are 5/8 inch, which is the size of my holes on the uprights. I had extra length here, and I should have just cut this 3-foot pole in half, so do as I say, not as I do. You'll see why later on in the video, as there are two ways to mount the seat based on your preference, and you can always cut off more later. But I just marked it long enough to thread the nuts on either end. An angle grinder with a metal cutoff disc made short work of this, but you can use a hacksaw or any other metal blade. So this is a very simple concept. These rods are essentially doing the same thing as safety spotter rods would, but in my case, they're going to support another piece of wood, of which I had the perfect scrap piece left over. And you could just stop here and be done. Honestly, it's that simple to give your ass something to rest on while you work out. However, if you wanted a bit more security, you could either route some channels in the wood for the rods to rest into, or you could add blocking on either side to prevent any side-to-side shifting of the seat. If the position ends up being too high, you could mount it another way, if you have a leg extension attachment that's secured similarly to mine. You could replace the attachment's top bolt with the through rod so it doubles its purpose. As you can see, mine are too short, which really annoys me because I had ample length left over. This positioning, to my surprise, ended up being the best setup, so I'll need to go back and buy a longer threaded rod to do this correctly. Of course, we need a coat of black paint. This is where you can add some more personality to your gym with a splash of color or a logo, but my vibe is Pit of Despair, so black it is. I also added a handle that will make it a bit easier to move things around, but it's totally optional. I just had it laying around from when I took apart an old playset in the backyard. This bit of foam tile I use around the gym when I need a little more cushion for my push-in is plenty of padding, and as you can see, I'm able to load this up with ample weight for a good working set. High volume, but still a good set. Is it pretty? No. Is it effective? Yes. And cheap. Weight is weight, folks, and the important thing to remember is that you just need to get started. Find a way to get the workout done that doesn't break the bank. Do I absolutely need to do leg extensions? No, but I like them. I plan on replacing my rack in the near future, so I don't want to invest much money in new attachments that I'm not sure will transfer over to the new setup. After all, this is only a 2x2 rack. I hope this at least inspires you to get creative with your home gym and unlock new workouts without having to spend too much money. Let me know in the comments if you've gotten creative in a DIY fashion with your gym setup. Thanks for watching.